Hi, Coach. +9 and 12 minutes with the smaller group with Asia Kelsey, Jackie, Kate Martin, and Alicia Clark. Just what did you like from that grouping today?
I like Cameron Brink, nice. Camping in the paint. So you go small, treat her a little bit like we used to do Rudy Gobert. You got to get him out of the paint. If he's allowed to just wander in there on a typical big, it's going to make it difficult on your offense. So the real idea was just to try to extend her out so that we could get to some gaps, and then get in there and make decisions. And then we'll go back to Cindy.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations on the win. I just want to talk about Kate Martin. What did you really see out of her? I know it didn't show all the way on the stat sheet, but just the intangibles that she was able to get you guys to be able to really get this victory today.
I think it does show up in the stat sheet.
She's
+8.
Yeah, she did.
She just doesn't make mistakes. I mean, she executed our schemes really well. Better than some other people maybe at times that you would expect. She plays so hard. Her sense of urgency and attention to detail has just really been there the whole time. Kind of that's what jumps out about her. She plays hard, plays smart. I like that.
Coach, back here, still staying with Kate Martin. She played almost 30 minutes today, and for you to have a rookie out there that long, can you tell us a little bit about?
Very unlike me, huh?
It's very unlike you. So can you tell us a little bit about how she plays and what you see in her off the court, and how do you feel about her as a pro right now?
Well, she's a pro right now. That's the whole statement with her. Her habits, her work ethic, the way she sees the game. She's a great teammate. She says a lot of little things that help you win. And I never call a play for her. So people that know how to play basketball, she's a basketball player. I wouldn't say she's some crazy, amazing athlete. No, but she is a basketball player. And so, I thought she fit really well with that unit that we had out there that allowed us to put AC, pull her out, and put her on the perimeter a little bit. Kind of changed the momentum of the game though. We were really struggling. We shot terrible in the first half. I know that Warren was going to turn. We ended up shooting decently, but we didn't have great rim reads. We just thought we were going to turn around and shoot it. And there's too much congestion in there. The body and the ball movement is essential, and it kind of tapered off there. But more importantly, we weren't getting stops on the other end. So every time you're just taking it off, it kind of bogs down your offense. It slows down. We don't like to play that. We want to get stops. And I thought they just absolutely pounded us in the paint. De'Erica in particular just pounded us. And we got to be better in there. 1 through 5. It's not just our bigs, it's our guards in there too.
Coach, Jackie scored 22 tonight, 23 on Saturday. You talked about better communication, better organization. Is Jackie really stepping up at the start of the season, what you're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, she had 11 assists tonight. I wish she'd be a little more risky. She's so sure, she's just not going to ever make mistakes. So I've just tried to lose her and have her be free, easy to make reads out there. It's just hard. I got to find a way to get her and KP off the floor at times. But playing point guard in this league, it is the hardest position to play. So they never want to come out. They get mad. They think they can go for 40, but it's the cumulative effect, especially with those two, because they're basically involved in every play, offensively and defensively. They're chasing. They're on the perimeter. Jackie's normally, on that other team's best perimeter player. It's just they exert a lot of energy. Jackie is like, if they both played 40 minutes, KP amount of it, her amount of energy that she burns because of how the pace that she plays, she burns so much more, where Jackie picks her moments. KP's all gas pedal, which I love. And so it's nice to have the combination of them, but I gotta find a way to get them a little bit more rest.
Terrell Emerson, Talk Media. Coach, second straight win, but second straight game with a lost double-digit lead. What's the urgency level to get that corrected early in the season before that becomes a team trade?
Well, people aren't gonna go away. They're just not gonna go away. People wanna beat us. We understand that. The thing that encourages me is most of the time it's us. Not playing the right way or doing things wrong. It's not necessarily where, oh man, we can't stop this or we can't stop that. No, most of the time we can solve some problems, but, we're gonna continue to pound the cutting and the ball movement, offensively. But when we're not scoring, now you're in transition defense, they get to play out of their defense. So it just becomes kind of like a snowball effect. Some of the time, our lack of efficiency offensively has affected our defense. We missed some layups today early on too, just point blank layups. You can't do that. You gotta put those down because what it does is it puts us in transition out the other end. If you're shooting a layup, it means you're probably pretty deep, right? And then now you're just behind the play. So you even have to try harder to get back in the play, because you were so deep in the paint.
Yeah, Coach, Chelsea was saying she is obviously in great communication with you about how she's feeling and when she wants to come back. And she said there's no reason to rush it. I just want to sort of your thoughts on that, especially because you do have such other good options, to fill in, even though you'd love to have it back out.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep the ship afloat till Chelsea gets back.
Yeah.
I've already told them, it's not gonna be any one person. I actually don't want anybody to try to be Chelsea. I just need to squeeze a little bit more out of this one, squeeze a little more at KP, and I think I can actually squeeze a lot more out of Jack. And then those other pieces, Kia coming in hitting shots, Megan hitting shots, AC I think has been great. So we have other pieces. It hasn't always felt good at times, but like it shouldn't. And I think the gas pedal part where we get mistakes, it's like we compound. It's got to be one mistake, then we got to self-correct and move on. But when it's consecutive mistakes, those are when it kind of gets away and you lose leads.
I have to ask you a kind of uncomfortable question. I just want to put that up front. During the course of the game, the league confirmed there's an investigation into this deal with the players getting 100,000 each from the Las Vegas tourism. I don't know if you can comment on that or what you can say about it. I know that Aces have dealt with this before, these allegations.
I'm going to put it to you real simple like this. Most of sponsorship people go after the top two people. A's taking care, she got plenty of stuff going on. KP got plenty of stuff. In this situation, from what I understand, is they wanted the whole team. So they went and called individuals, agents. I don't know the detail. I have nothing to do with it. The Aces don't have anything to do with it. It's just odd, but that's basically what happened.
Maybe can you explain it just from a player's standpoint, how that, because we were sort of told that like they did come to your individual agents and do that. Can you maybe just explain how that whole process went down?
Yeah, I mean, our agency kind of kept it to us because they really wanted us to hear from them. I think we get brought things from our agents all the time. So they wanted it to be a big moment because it's something that's never happened before. So I don't understand the investigation. I haven't really dived into it yet. I just looked at my phone and was like, oh wow, just another day in the life of the Aces. We can't ever start just normal. It's always going to be something, and that's okay. But when we're talking about growing the game, when we're talking about taking that next step, it can't always be investigate. It has to kind of be like, okay, we're trying to move the needle. We're trying to make things better for franchises, for players, for teams. So it's still a question mark to me, but on the player side from it, I'm super grateful to be in a franchise in a city that constantly wants more out of us, that wants us to just don't worry about stuff, just go play and go win and have fun in that. So I'm blessed with or without the 100K, because at the end of the day, we're going for something bigger than that, and we're going to continue to do that, continue to be us. And we can't listen to this outside noise that's going on. But I'm not shocked.
We got a couple more questions in the room before we go back to Zoom. Right here.
Coach Kevin Wall with Steel Sports Network. We talk about Kate Martin's play and her being a rookie on offense. How impressed were you with her perimeter defense, and how impressed were you with Megan's paint defense against Cameron Brink and holding her to 1 of 6, 1 of 7 shooting today?
Well, you know, those are two people that we're gonna continue to lean on. They gotta both continue. All the terminology and all that we're doing is new in a lot of ways to them. I'll tell you this, whether you know, Kate did the scheme right or wrong, she does it hard. And she plays hard, and her sense of urgency covers, even if it may not be perfect, right? But her try hard factor is so high that kind of doesn't matter. She'll make up for it. And so we'll continue to settle in. You know, we love Megan's ability to shoot. Every time she shoots, I think is gonna go in. I want her to continue to shoot. And then it allows us to kind of stay big, but also still extend defenses. You know, had she hit 1 or 2 of those threes, you would see a sense of urgency to get out to her, and then that opens up the paint for different people. But they're both still really learning. I think they're both going to be really important for us this season. And I look to them they're only going to get better. They're only going to improve and more comfortable with what we're asking them to do and what the team needs them to do.
Go to Willie, and then Matthew, you're up on Zoom, and then we'll let Coach go.
Asia, Willie Ramirez for Associated Press and WGRamirez.com. You are known for some of your biggest roars off your biggest blocks. Your thought and excitement when you saw Kate swat that ball.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was super exciting, but at the same time, that's Kate. That's who she is. She's high energy always in practice. So it was just a matter of time that it translates over to the game. So we were all excited and hyped for her, and that's what you need. Like coming in, it's hard being a rookie. It is so hard, let alone being a rookie with the 2-time like champs. Like I can only imagine what she goes home to and just kind of thinks and process. So I try to uplift her in every single way that I can, try to be there for her. I feel like today I kind of looked at her, I was like, believe in yourself, like go, believe your matchup, attack that because it's needed. So she has 11 people behind her that's going to make sure that she's comfortable and good at where she is and believing in herself and always bring the energy just like she does for us.
Matthew, we'll go to you.
This is sort of for both of you, but Becky, Asia started the game 1 for 8, and just where you've seen the mentality of Asia grow, where maybe in the past something like that would have got her down or whatever, and just bounces back, has 12 big points in the third quarter, really pushes the team forward and continues to lead this group. And we know that Asia's all about the team, but just the growth that she's had mentality wise to not let a bad start affect her whole game and continue to lead the team throughout a game that had lots of ups and downs.
I mean, she's the best player on the planet. She ain't going nowhere. 1 for 8, but she could be 1 for 30. I ain't taking her out. You know, I think it was a little bit, you know, this is like our second game of the year, and I think just getting timing and seeing where people are coming from. This is their first time seeing them, and they look a lot different and feel a lot different than last year. So just getting that timing, and then the other thing, you know, I'll just say is a legal guarding position is not like a house. So you can't be here. You have to start with your hands up, and that never happened. Go back and look at the film, y'all. Nikias, I know you will. You know, so it was more about just getting her in space, and we did a better job of doing that at times. But we'll continue to grow, and we're going to continue to put her in spots where she's making reads, right? We're going to ask her to be a little bit point guard too. And she's capable, you know, she's a basketball player, and if 2 people come, she knows she's supposed to pass it just like anybody else. So we're going to continue to push her in that direction of just, I got to get my other people out running when she gets it. Because when she gets the rebound, I don't necessarily want her to look for outlets. I want her to bring it. And I think we're really good when she's got the ball in transition and attacking from the top of the key down. We just got to get other pieces out and kind of iron it out. But it's new for everybody. It's new for her. It's new for us. So, you know, again, you probably felt kind of like a loss there, but I am happy we won.
Yeah, practice.
Because I'm a jerk kid. I'm never happy. I always want it to be perfect.
Becky, you can stay in the hot seat, or you can go.
Oh, I would love to bump off the hot seat.
That was great. I'm gonna get you.
Questions for Asia?
This is a thin
Callie,
stage.
guys?
You look like you could go play tennis challengers.
I know, right? Look at me.
Kelly Clausen Freeman with the review journal. The last game, you said that you had to give a halftime talk to the team about just like staying in your role, having people kind of play like themselves. Did you have to give a halftime talk this game, and what was the content of that?
Yeah, a lot of us were just kind of saying like, this isn't the LA that we're used to, and that's okay. Like a lot of teams that we're going to face in this league, they're not going to be like last year's team. So we're going to have to continue to adapt and adjust. And I feel like we all were trying to do that mid-game. And sometimes that's good, but at the same time, sometimes you just got to play through it. And I think Becky does a great job of allowing us to play through it. And then at the end, we can debrief and like just kind of go back and say, okay, X, Y, and Z. So I think that's what we utilized our halftime speech, was just like, we can still be us, but we have to understand what they have out there too. Like what's their go-to, what do they got going on, and how can we still be us? So I think that was just the grand scheme of things of our talks this halftime.
All right, Asia, a couple quick ones, if that's okay with you. First, we talked a little bit in the preseason about what you want to add to your bag and how your offseason is going.
Yeah.
It feels like you're leaning into one of those like one-legged fadeaways. Is that something that you were intentional about adding to your game?
For sure. I just like to just do stuff. Honestly, I love the game. I love working on stuff. I want to see how I can raise an eyebrow, not just for crowd purposes, but for my defender as well. And how can I be quicker? How can I get my shot off? How can I get to my spots? And when it comes to that, I like to do that because it gets me out of a lot of sticky situations, and I don't want my game to rely in the hands of 3 refs. Absolutely not. Then I'm going to be screwed. So I think I just kind of add that implement to my game because it just makes me a lot more quicker, and it makes the defense a little indecisive of how they can guard.
Gotcha. And then secondly, just your early impressions of Cameron Briggs. It's your first time facing her.
Oh yeah, she has a bright future. She has a really, really bright future. I'm glad that the Sparks drafted her because I feel like that's a great franchise for her to really grow in. And not just, I don't think Kurt's gonna put her in a box. So I feel like that franchise is really gonna grow around her and let her spread her wings and be the Cam that we all see. So I'm excited just to see her grow and just continue to just build and understand and get a feel for the league. Because like I said, this is a different ball game for all of us, not especially for rookies, but for all of us. Like we're all bringing something new to every single season. So once she gets adjusted to the league and how she can really maneuver and play her way, I think she has a good future.
2 in the room and 2 on Zoom. We got 1 in the back and then a mic.
Asia, last game, Becky talked about the opportunity that everybody else in this roster was going to have with Chelsea missing a couple of games. You've also talked very adamantly over the last couple of years about about you being the biggest cheerleader rather for Jackie. Comes out tonight, career high 11 assists. Kind of,
Sure.
What was that feeling like, understanding that she was leading that offense and you guys were getting to your spots, but not only were you guys getting to your spots, she was finding you guys in pockets.
It's just a matter of time. I mean, a lot of people kind of looked at us sideways when we drafted Jackie #1, and this is the reason for her to grow into something for her because we knew what she's capable of. I mean, Jackie's one of the best 2-way players in this league, and now that she's being able to facilitate them, Jackie don't play about her turnovers. So when we do get the ball, we got to do something with it because she's quiet, but she's gonna give us a look. And so for us, we just got to continue to make her comfortable in spaces that's like, no, you can trust us in this area because it's either going to come back to you or we're going to get something good out of it. So I'm super proud of what she was doing. I remember at halftime, I was like, you're going to go get a double-double. I can already see it. So I'm glad that she kind of did that because we need that out of her. We need that out of everybody. It's not going to just be, with Chelsea being out, it's not just going to be KP. It's not just going to be me. It's literally going to take everybody buckling in. So I'm glad she had this showing today.
Mike?
Asia, if I could follow up on that question about Cam, for the top 5 draft picks this year with post, you were kind of an outlier in that you were able to come in right away and adjust. But for these kids, what is the hardest thing specifically for a post player coming in to the league?
I would honestly have to say the physicality. I think the physicality is probably, and I feel like it's cliche, but it's like, it's just different. It really is. And it's not necessarily like, oh, we're getting away with different hits and stuff. No, it's like, how can I let someone not zap me of my superpower, which is either getting to space, which is getting shots off. Like, it's hard when you're having a grown woman chasing you and she's like literally never leaving you. So the physicality part is really, really tough. And you get different looks, like especially at the 4 or 5 position in this league. I mean, every night you're getting the best of the best. So it's very, very hard to adjust. And I remember myself, my rookie year, I was like, how am I going to do this? But then I found a run. I just really found running kind of gets me really, really far in life and in this league. And so when these young kids are starting to learn their niche, I hope that they continue to work on it, but they don't lose it because they're like, okay, well, they're just playing me this way. I'm not going to be able to run. No, get out there, work on your game, see how you can really be a difference maker, not just for yourself, but for your team as well. So I hope all these little rookies figure that out, but not too soon.
Let's go to the Zoom for two very quick questions, please.
Or
Sean, so go first and then Matthew.
Hi, Asia. Kind of a general question. What do you like about having Kate Martin and her energy? What she kind of meant to the team in huddles, timeouts, on the bench, in practice?
I mean, you said it right there, her energy. She brings it every single day. She's hardworking, nonstop. She's constantly just waiting for her moment. And when her name is called, she's always ready. So I love those type of people that it's like, I'm ready, so I don't really have to get ready. And she stays in the moment. And that's why I'm like, any chance we get, we try to just uplift her because we know it's hard. We understand that it's hard, and we try to shake her a little bit and just kind of check her, just making sure that she's good. And she always steps up to the plate every single time, so we can greatly appreciate her doing that for us.
Matthew, close us out, please.
Asia, the lineup of you, Jackie, Kelsey, Alicia, and Kate finished the second quarter on a 17-1 run. Has that a lineup that you guys have practiced together, and how did you feel like that lineup did to sort of finish that quarter, and then you've sort of finished the game with that group as well?
I mean, I don't really think we practice our lineups other than just the starters. Becky kind of just goes with it, and we trust and we know exactly what each other's capable of. Because that's the whole point of being a good teammate, is understanding your identity and your roles on the team when you're out there on the court. And so we were just taking what the defense gave us. We knew that we were kind of on the rocks. The first period was like, okay, like we held them to 18, but we didn't play our best basketball. So when it came out and we really had to buckle down, that was a moment for us to really drill in together and work on our stuff. And we really took what the defense was giving us. And after that, we look up and we're headed into the locker room a little bit better than what we would have if we hadn't done that. So I'm grateful for that lineup, but at the same time, I feel like we're in a situation where you can really put anyone out there and we're gonna make something shake.
Thank you very much, Asia.
Yeah.
I don't make sure.
We're gonna resume our recording. Start.
Miss Cool Breeze Young. Willie Ramirez from AP and WNBA.com. To think back to your first year, media day, shy Jack Young rookie. When you see what Kate Martin did today in her debut, how cool was that for you to see the hard work she's been putting in and what she delivered today, especially the block?
Yeah, it was cool just seeing her hard work pay off. I mean, she spends a lot of time in the gym, comes in on off days, and I mean, she just brought a lot of energy today. She's an energy player. She comes in, does the right things, makes the hustle plays, and so props to her. You know, I feel like she really changed the game when she came in.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble at all, but there was a moment in the game where you ended up on the court and the crowd was chanting, you know, ref suck, ref suck. What's kind of your impression of that moment and how it impacted like the rest of the game for you?
I mean, I honestly didn't hear that. I was on the floor a couple times, you know. At the same time, you know, you just gotta get up and keep playing.
Jackie Kevin with Field Sports Network. Today you had a career high in assists and of course 23 points to go with that. Having a double today and being able to play the way you were playing, what were you seeing from that LA defense that was allowing you to make the passes that you were making and get to the bucket and of course drop those open threes?
Yeah, well, honestly, I mean, you guys saw at the beginning of the game, I was making terrible rim reads. And so just trying to, you know, read their defense. I was talking to the coaches a lot, just so I can make the right play. Try to get downhill and, you know, get my teammates the ball. But yeah, at the beginning of the game, I was making terrible reads. And so I just had to, you know, adjust and make the right reads in the second half.
Jackie, Becky said there's not one person that's going to replace Chelsea Gray, but what kind of advice is she giving you, or what can you take from Chelsea as she's out right now?
Yeah, Chelsea's like another coach, and so I'm always getting advice from her and just trying to, you know, do what I can to help the team win. I know the ball is going to be in my hands a little bit more. And so just trying to make the right reads, and I'm always looking over at Chelsea, trying to get some feedback, just have her tell me what she's seeing. And so, yeah, I'm not a point guard by any means, but I just try to make the right plays.
Hi, Jackie. You saw plenty of Kalia Copper in the first game. You get Lexi Brown and tracking her off ball in this one. Like, what allows you to kind of toggle between those different type of players as seamlessly as you do?
Yeah, I think it's just, watching a lot of film. The coaches do a great job of just getting us the film, and we just have to watch it, and so just trying to pick up on what they like to do. I mean, they're two totally different players, and so I think it's just really locking in on the film and just knowing the plays and knowing what actions they like.
One last question here in the room, and then we'll go to Zoom to Matthew to finish it up.
One more for you, Jackie. We've watched your career so far and your growth since your rookie season. How does it feel to know that you have a lot of teammates in the locker room looking up to you now as a leader instead of just that young, shy Jackie Young, from that rookie season? How does it feel to be looked at as a leader and somewhat of a veteran for this back-to-back winning championship team?
Yeah, I just try to, do whatever I can to help the younger players in the locker room. Just answer questions, just help them, talk them through things, and just be there for them. Rookie year is a long one, coming straight from college, and so I just try to do whatever I can to help them. I mean, we have great rookies; they really want to learn. They put in the work, and so yeah, I mean, they're doing all the right things, and it's our job as vets, to be there for them.
Matthew?
Hey, Jackie. Obviously, we've always talked about the growth you've had year over year since your rookie year. How do you feel like you've grown your playmaking ability, and what specific things now that you're, having to play a little bit more point guard, have you been trying to focus on? Again, tonight, a career high 11 assists, but just the things that have gone into your playmaking ability and the growth of it.
Yeah, I think just being aggressive from the start and just having confidence whenever I do have the ball. I know that coach has a lot of confidence in me, and I know that I'm going to have the ball a little bit more now that Chelsea's out. And so just making the right reads, and my teammates do a great job of supporting me. So I think it's just, just putting in the work and just trusting the process and just going out there knowing that all the work that we put in is going to pay off.
Thank you very much, Jackie.
Thank you.